Hey everybody, Texas Stroker here, Lance with Performance Shop, LoneStarMopars.com. It is time. We've taken a look at these Channel Lock 909's classic crimper. Can't go wrong with it. Timeless tool, amazing quality, fantastic value at $17.97. If you do a ton of wiring, if you do a ton of crimping, if you install stereos on the side, if you're rewiring your car and you want to maybe invest in something a little beefier, this would be the next step up. How this is going to compare, I don't know. I'm buying it on a whim, hoping for the best. It is the Taylor Cable 43400. I picked this up from Summit. The price is $69.97. Now there's some lower, lesser name brands. Titan, I think, has a ratcheting crimper you can pick up for roughly half the price. MSD's is very popular. It's $84. Keep in mind, this is dyed right now for spark plugs. Same with the MSD. Both of these companies sell separate dyes. With MSD, they have a ton of dyes. I think their dyes are like $3 more expensive than the Taylor's. But I could not for the life of me find a dye for insulated little, this stuff. Your 10 through 22 gauge. You're primarily going to be blue and red connectors, right? When you're rewiring a car, doing stereo work. That's what I needed. I could not find it. And so instead of me asking around, submitting tech questions that may or may not be responded to, I just went ahead and pulled the trigger on this one, and I'm hoping for the best. Now, the good news is, Taylor, that's the plug wires I run. I love them. I've had fantastic success with them. I've had no bad experiences with them. I'm using that background to further justify this purchase. So, $69.97, pretty much the price across the board. I think they were slightly cheaper on Amazon. Issue you run into there, the dyes cost a little bit more, and currently the dyes were out of stock there and out of stock at Jegs. Summit had the dyes, so I pulled the trigger in that manner. So the big thing here, if you are buying these for smaller wires, maybe rewiring your car, stereo work, you can use these for spark plug wires, and that's a big deal. That's how they're going to come default. So this is something, if you've got, your buddies are probably going to want to borrow quite a bit. Maybe not even for the small stuff, but like I said, for custom length spark plug wires, it's amazing the difference custom length wires will provide. If you run a universal set, you have so much slack, so much contact to burn up on the header, an exhaust manifold, just tons and tons of slack that you've got to figure out where you want to pin it back at the distributor or up front or down low. Custom length wires, you cut them to length, you crimp them yourself. They're exactly how you want them to be, and this is a tool that will allow you to do that. So, not much to say, as you can see. This is sort of a no-nonsense packaging. It's just, hey, we got to put the tool in something to where we can hang it, and that's what they did. And it accomplishes that task. Now, can I do this without the use of a blade? I don't think so, but luckily I do have a blade here. So, there's that. I do have to say, Taylor's colors seem to be blue and yellow, right? Obviously, you could pick that up from their logo here on the packaging. I so wish that these handles were either blue or yellow. I'd like to say they're red, but they're a very dull red. They're like a faded, rusted piece of crap mustard red. And, I don't want to knock the tool, but man, blue or yellow, in my opinion, there's going to be a lot of people that disagree with me and think this would look better. But blue or red would look so slick on these. For a contrast, the Performance Tool El Cheapo stuff I just opened up, that's a little bit brighter of a red. This is more like a cherry fire engine red. This is kind of like a salmon red. So, a little disappointing there, but hey. There we go, man. They just ratcheted it down like so. Here are our dies. Again, that's going to be for the plug wires. It's no nonsense. It looks like these are just thumb screws that we can undo. So assuming we had a plug wire, we would come in and it should be a perfect crimp. And then we basically squeeze in and the jaws ratchet down once more. So let's see, man. I might have to get pliers for that, actually. These are very, very tight in there. But there you kind of see it. Extremely high quality look and feel on the dies, I can say that for certain. Again, basically the way this is going to work, you squeeze, it crimps, then you have to provide that final pull in with a little bit more torque to simply release the jaws. So $69.97 was the price. Let's go ahead and open these up. Again, this is a big deal if you're like me, going to rewire a car, you do stereo stuff. Crimp jaws for insulated terminals for the 43400 tool. That is so appreciated. Again, I scoured, I don't even know, I probably sunk 25-30 minutes into trying to find an MSD jaw for the MSD crimper, and I could not. So this is so good of a system. 43401, it's the next step up. This is the 43400, this is the one. It even says it's for use with that. Fantastic. So here we are. Let me see if I can cut this open, and you'll get a good feel for the dies, I have to say, which I mean, it'll be once in a blue moon that I use the plug wires, but it's going to be nice to have them and not have to outsource it. These are beefy. These are way better quality than I kind of thought they would be. But again, 22 to 18, that's going to be your red connectors. 14 to 16 gauge going to be blue, and of course 12 to 10 will be your yellow. If you spin it around, you can kind of see the backside here. I also love that this is color coded, not only with the blue, red, and yellow, but the numbers, although they're not color coordinated, they're yellow, which is, in my opinion, the most visible sequence to have for color on these dies, given that they are black. So what I'm going to try to do, I don't have pliers handy. My lord, that is tight. I'm going to break that down, get those in there, and then we'll take a look at the finished product. It's amazing what a decent set of pliers will do. That's so much easier than doing it by hand. Those pliers are in great shape. They were my grandfather's, and I thought I'd loosen that up. Apparently not well enough, so drop that down. That is how that's going to work. Pretty cool, I have to say. Now let me go ahead and grab these back. These were my grandfather's tools from his house, so probably not used as often as the ones from work, but I've tried to keep those in good condition, type of a thing. And then I just wrecked the stuff that I've purchased since then. So here is the Taylor 43400 without any dies installed. Now, the way that worked, and something I like, we've got the shape of the die here. It simply slides into place. I swear every person out here owns a golf cart except me. That's insane. I don't know if you heard that or not. We'll tighten that. We'll just do finger tight. Maybe that way we can save ourselves a little trouble. It's a positive lock. I mean, I pushed that in, and it just stops. That's really nice. That means that they've got really tight tolerances, and if you've got tight tolerances on your tools, you probably made something pretty high quality. So there it is, man. If I crimp with that, boom. Should be perfect just like that. Is it? I don't know. I haven't done it. And again, the way that releases, the cool thing here, this is going to take up minimum space in your toolbox, but to release it, we come in and I squeeze a little bit. Actually, you have to apply a pretty good amount of pressure, and that may finish the crimp. It may not. I'm not sure. I haven't used them, but hey, that's how it springs open, and you can go about your business. That said, I'm tempted to go grab some connections and see what we can do, but I guess I will keep that for another video. Taylor 43400 with the Taylor cable 43401. Again, these dies are for insulated terminals. I think 43402, again, thank you so much for having a part number system that it makes sense to an average person. 43402, I'm going out on a limb, but I think that is correct. It will be dies for non-insulated terminals. So if you don't have, you know, the nylon or the plastic, the colored blue, red, or yellow, that's what you're going to want. It's the 43402s. Summit had the best price on the die sets. I think Amazon would save you like $5 or $6 on the actual crimper tool. But again, you kind of pick your poison, decide what you want to do, and take it in stride. So that said, they look awesome. They feel pretty good. Again, this is not something that's like super comfortable, but it is something that, you know, provides a padded grip. It's better than just working with a bare steel, essentially. So I would have loved to have brought in the MSDs and seen what they were like. Can't really justify doing that, particularly if they don't have this die set. Online, when I was attempting to find an answer, apparently a lot of these dies are interchangeable between the brands, but I don't know for sure, and it would suck to buy an $85 tool, a $12 set of dies, and not have the two be compatible. So keep that in mind. If anyone knows, feel free to throw that down in the comment section. Might help some folks out. But again, the big thing here, not only should this provide a perfect crimp that we can replicate time after time, we will also be able to do plug wires. So it's usually plug wire is the main reason you're purchasing these for me. I wanted to try them out. We've got a whole cart of wire. I'm going to do a lot of aftermarket custom stuff with the charger when it's rewired. I think these will pay for themselves. It's something I will appreciate. If I was just going to do a stereo in the car, I would have spent my $17.97 on these 909s, called it a day. Since it's a complete rewire, I thought, you know, that's a lot of crimping. Let's see if these are worthwhile. And like I said, in the long run, when you do a set or two of plugs, you pretty much cover yourself. If you're having to pay your machine shop or somebody to do the plugs, they probably sink about an hour in it. I would imagine you're going to be charged $50, $60 or more for that, and that kind of justifies this tool. So once again, Summit Racing, 69 bucks. I think it looks pretty sweet. The dies, very high quality, very simple to interchange the dies, and I'm excited to see how they work. So stay tuned for that. We'll try to do a comparison video. If you enjoy this stuff, make sure you subscribe for more. Follow along on Twitter. We're on Facebook if you still use that site. But LoneStarMopars.com, make sure to check out the forum, and I will catch you back here for more action from the shop.